The U.S. government is now accepting PayPal and Venmo payments from Americans to help reduce that $37 trillion national debt. Americans having this option to pay off the country's debt is not new, but these digital payment options are. The U.S. government is now accepting PayPal and Venmo.
The Venmo government is crazy.
The U.S. Treasury Department's website now accepts Venmo and PayPal as methods for Americans to donate to help relieve the national debt. While perhaps unpopular,
that's not our job. If anything, we need the money.
The option to put your own money toward the country's debt isn't new.
It's actually been around since the 1800s. But of course, technology has changed, and now you can simply do it on your phone.
The Venmo government is crazy.
The U.S. Treasury has been tracking public donations since 1996. So far, Americans have contributed about $67.3 million, which is enough to pay off about 20 minutes of the debt. The Treasury has been tracking the U.S. government.
20 minutes of your debt. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. First of all, I want to give all praises to Yahweh by Hashem Yahshua by Hashem Rakakadash. Double honor to the apostles and the elders of Great Millstone. Salutation to all the brothers and the few sisters out there unto like foreigners. On the seed of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. Shalom in the Hebrew, which means peace. Gotcha. They gotcha. One way or another. You other camps, you are going to have to respond to things of that nature when that MOTB is going to take full-blown fruition. And if this is out in the air, let me see, that was 8 hours ago. If this vibration is out in the air, just imagine what they intend to do. All right. So this asshole, damn, where was it? Oh, I just had the video. Shit. This asshole over here wants the taxpayers under Lizzie Graham talking about the taxpayers are gonna pay for the ballroom and and if they care about their president, I'm gonna get the video because I can't do it justice. And I was thinking about doing something on it. But I didn't really, scriptures ain't coming to mind. But this right here is perfect. It's just fell on my lap. Because what is going to all equal to? MOTB. $37 trillion in debt, which was caused not by the people, was caused by the people that's in power, and they still expect you to pay it off. Which leads you henceforth. Yep. Everything we've been saying. Hold on, let me get the other video real quick. I think it was in. Hold
on. The so-called.
No. Damn, that's just the thing.
The so-called.
I can't operate this thing correctly, so forgive me.
Did y'all see?
So, hold on. Here's the madness.
And if we fail, we'll have to go to Plan B. Yeah.
Some of your fellow Republicans have said taxpayers should not have to foot the bill for this ballroom, that the president should be able to raise private money to fund it.
I disagree with them. We're going to vote no. Vote no. Just vote no. This is what I like about voting. If you don't think $400 million of taxpayer money is a good investment to create a secure facility at the White House where the President of the United States, the Vice President, the Cabinet, and people from the public can come and have a meal and gather without.
Hold on, I just gotta stop because it's just too fucking funny. These motherfuckers want to have a place where they could play around and probably sacrifice people's children, all right, have some orgies and all that shit, and they expect the average person out here who is struggling, who can't afford anything, who's trying to figure out how to map out all the things that they have, who's not getting paid enough, all right, who, might I add, are funding a war that they didn't have no say-so to. They don't know when they're going to get the next meal. People is losing their jobs right and left. This motherfucker right here expects people and the taxpayers to pay for a fucking ballroom. And then they want the people to pay for the debt. You got it. It's just funny as hell. I'm sorry, man.
what happened Saturday, then I disagree. This is the number one job of the federal government is national security. The number one job of national security, I think, would be to protect the commander in chief and to have infrastructure under the.
Oh, these fucking people, man. These devils, man. These fucking devils are they just they're they, these devils out here, man. God damn, that's insulting, man. That's fucking insulting.
Room that is very national security centric. So I don't think just vote no. That's all I ask you to do.
Slovakia. So not only are they trying to take people's rights from them by doing this stunt, this Manchurian candidate stunt, this dog, black dog stage bullshit stunt, then to turn around and say, "Oh, it's not secured enough." I didn't want to say nothing, but it was never really secured like that. Shouldn't you curse out your team about that? Why are you asking the public to help you with your vanity project? This is Rome all over again. This is Rome all over again. So the average person is gonna have to pay for the Caesar so that the Caesar can feel comfortable and secure, while everybody else is out here suffering. They don't give two shits about nobody. The jig is up, man. The jig is up. And this clown right here, this Mo right here, is just making matters far worse. This pro, you know what, is making shit mad worse, yo. The jig is up, man. The people could see right through the shit. This is no longer it's no longer a mystery. Okay? This is no longer a fucking mystery.
Vote. I don't care how you vote. I want to vote. I want to see where is America on this. I'll bet you 90% of the people would love to have a better facility than the Hilton Hotel to make sure this crap never happens again. I can't tell you what to say on the Senate floor, but I've never seen it like this. There are people out there just one click away from picking up a gun or something else and trying to make America better by killing. You don't make America great by killing people you don't like.
So you make America great by spending money that you don't have so that the president of the United States can feel safe. Right. Now they're playing they're literally playing people, man. They're playing people. They the heartstring, they're playing with people. That's why who says it? General what's it not General? Salente, something Salente. Gerald Salente. I don't know what kind of said when the people lose it, they will lose it. And they about to lose it. This is some crazy shit. Can you imagine? You don't even know what you're gonna eat, and then you being told, "Oh, we need your money. Start for the night. We just want some of your money, so that way we can make this person safe." In a place where you're supposed to vote for your leaders. Right. Proverbs. This shit is too funny, man. 22:7. It says, "The rich ruleth over the poor, and the borrower is servant to the lender." So now they created a system where there's no debt relief. There's no way for you to get yourself out of a financial crisis. Let's say you do get yourself out of a financial dam. Something else will pop up. And that something else will pop up would be more devastating than the thing that you let go. So they created a system where people are reliant on debt. We live in a society that's built on debt. All right. And there's no relief at all with this debt. So you become a servant to those that allow you to borrow. And they did it purposely. When you go back and look at statistics and so forth, in early, I would say early, yeah, in the 1900s, for buying a house was like 4 digits. All right. You could actually buy a house under your name and so forth. That now it's triple, quadruple. All right. Times that couple of G's. The average person now will work one job, one fucking job, support their damn family. One job. The man will get one job. The wife is a housewife. She ain't worried about no working. She'll take care of the house. She'll take care of the children. All right. That was the American dream. Now, two people in the household, maybe 3 or 4, has to maintain not a house, a cave, an apartment. All right. And they all have to have multiple jobs just to stay afloat. So then you come to realization that everybody that you saw with the fancy cars, brand new cars, and so forth, it's a thing called lease. And leasing is a higher borrowing frame. You paying for something that is not yours. If you decide to keep it, you got to continuously finance it, right? So they built a system on credit, and this system that's built on credit has really gotten everybody to borrow more. All right, the more you do, the more you have, the more you desire, you borrow more, which in turn leads you to be what? A servant. Okay, a servant to vanity, a servant to anything your heart can desire in this wicked, evil kingdom. So that this system has gotten everybody trapped. Isaiah 32:5. It says for the vile person should no more be called liberal. And these people are vile. To be vile, to be despicable. All right? They're despicable. People are getting tired of the shenanigans that's being done because people are awakening. We're in a time of a great awakening. The number one people that had to awake was the elect. And the elect, black here, and the elect would awake and tell the world what's going on. Letting the world know the secrets that the Lord, Yahweh Bashem Yahshua, has told them. Right? And once that reward, sorry, it's a reward. And once it's told, they the ones that's going to guide the people to know what's going on. While the vile person, the people that's in position of power, is going to paint themselves as victims and so forth, simultaneously being the sexist that they are. All right? So somebody that's vile, like the scripture says in Job, is it Job? Yeah, Job 30, that they were violent in the earth. That's speaking of Esau, the so-called white man. And it says, nor the churl said to be bountiful, the scoundrel, but a vile person will speak villainy, and his heart will work iniquity, to practice hypocrisy, to utter the error against the Lord, to make empty the soul of the hungry. And that's part of the plan of making the soul of the empty hungry. All right? They're going to make everybody die from hunger. False famines. They're going to cause famines. They're going to cause people to lose it, All right, these things are done deliberately. You can't believe anything these devils says or do. Oh, what was it? They said, what was it, under Biden? He'll give like 100%. What was it called again? Man, when you go to college, student loan, right? Maybe it was 100%. I'm not too sure, but it was about the student loan, forgiveness of the student loan, and the forgiveness of the student loan didn't hold no weight because they said you have to pay back anyway. All right, this whole entire system is about debt. It's about you asking to borrow something. There was a like the house, cars. There was a time you could buy a car. Now you go to the dealer, you can't buy a car. They're gonna try to put you on some financial payment because it's all about the interest and the interest rate. All right. So they created a system and they building a system right now to empty out the souls of the needy, the righteous. All right. It shall cause, and he will cause the drink of the thirsty to fail. The instrument also of the churl are evil, and that ultimate instrument is that RFID microchip. They're not gonna let this shit go. They want people to prepay for this damn thing. They can't borrow money from no other country. They can't keep printing out money, and they still won't allow this debt to go over. Why? Because who? Well, this is a question for people. So if your first time seeing one of these videos, who are you in debt to? 37, 37 going to $38 trillion in debt. Who are you in debt to? That's a question for you. We know the answer. And if that's the case, why are you not forgiven of that said debt? Right? Why do you have to continuously go out there and get something that's gonna cause you to pay interest and more later down the line? When you just all you need to have the money to set it up. That's the system we're involved in. It says he deviseth wicked devices to destroy the poor, with lying words, even when the needy speaketh right. But the liberal the liberal deviseth liberal things. And who are the liberal? Us, the Israelites. What's the liberal thing that we are um planning? The kingdom of heaven. Okay? And even in our law, there's the law of Jubilee. All right? After a set period of time, you be forgiven of your debt. Why is it that we, the people, have to take care of the government's own fault? Is it our fault that they created a system or a fiat currency that holds no value? And them knowing the signs of every single nation on the planet Earth is dropping the dollar one by one, and them not having no clue or idea it's our fault that this thing happens, you know? And that show you Esau's the devil. Because Esau, you always use it's humanity's fault. No, motherfucker, it's your fault. You ran this fucking place down the drain. Now you should be paying for that, not us. It says, and by liberal things shall he stand. And that's again, the liberal is what? The kingdom of heaven. All right? Because what are these people going to do? They're going to give people options. That's the universal care. They're going to, UBIs. And with these UBIs, you're going to sit home and do nothing. That's what you think in the beginning. They're going to find something for people to do. right? And get paid for it and to take care of your. So it's all about creating a system where people is going to be completely indebted. And what they're going to end up have to do, they have to take that RFID microchip, all right? They're going to have to take the RFID microchip because it's going to be too much. And the sad part about it too, they could have been take away that debt from people, but they're not. They use that as leverage. So we let it be known exactly what's going on. So now they're telling you straight up, we need the money to fix up the ballroom. you know, or we just want you guys to pay off the national debt, 37 to 38 trillion dollars. Give you your hard-earned money, so you can have 20 minutes of relief. What the hell? This shit is bugged out. But this place got to go. Matter of fact, let me end it up on here. I ain't gonna make this too long. Baruch 4. Wait, that's 27. I go straight to the point. So I started at 30. Take good heed, O Jerusalem, for he that gave thee that name will comfort thee. Miserable are they that afflicted thee, and rejoice at thy fall. Miserable are the cities which thy children served. Miserable is she that received thy sons. So the time of sorrow, like the Lord said in Matthew the 24th chapter, is now. All right. And for all what these people have done unto us, Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans, they're gonna have to pay plus interest for what they did to the Lord's chosen people. All right. And they are miserable now because what they're experiencing, what you Edomites are experiencing, y'all are experiencing what we have. So that's the change of the guard. Okay. And there's nothing righteous of um, taking from the poor. All right. There's nothing good about that. And they eat off, like the scripture says, they eat up the Lord's people. And that they've been eating us up. So it says, but as she rejoiced at thy ruin, which and was glad of thy fall, so shall she be grieved for her own desolation. So you want to know what's gonna have the world be debt free? How that is by the destruction. The destruction of America is going to equate to everything going beyond normal, which is going to be excel. Okay? All personnel on the planet Earth is going to excel. However, those people that remain on top, all right, they're going to remain miserable until their destruction takes place. So the Lord has everything mapped out perfectly. That's why everybody in that comment board was saying, just don't pay your taxes, because there's gonna be some hardship coming on real soon. Is because of these devils, which you clearly see. All right. With that being said, shalom to the elect of the nations. Shalom.